Afternoon, everybody. Silverbolt here. Not back with a review, back with I suppose you could say, a kind of realisation. On my Creo review, RuneScape, who has been following me and who I've been talking to for what feels like time immemorial, said to me that I had been doing this for over half a decade. That really set me back one. You know, that really made me think, what? Have I? I'm thinking, no, it can't be that long. Okay, granted, it's not much over half a decade, but it's still over half a decade. And so I went and looked at some my YouTube page and that, and it said, begun in August 2006. Now, with my first Transformers review, which was Computron, being done in, I think it was August the 18th, 2006. And this is back in the day when I didn't have, I didn't even have a screen name. I was just some guy reviewing Computron on YouTube. It wasn't until the next video, which was Menasor, that I was suddenly Silverbolt, coming in with Silverbolt here, back for a Transformers review, as it says on the title page, and I didn't even have title pages really back then either. It was to realise that I've been going for so long now, for 5 years to be going for so long. It really did, it really is quite surreal in many regards. Oh, I put too much sugar in that whiskey. Oh, that's Philly sweet. Oh well, not going to knock it, Jameson's. But so, to realise that I've been going for over 5 years doing Transformers reviews, and it really is quite, as I said, it's really surreal, the fact that I've been doing this now for so long, and for such a, how it's come from me buying almost on a whim a Generation 1 toy to 240 videos later, 3,981 subscribers later, and a collection that now must be over 1,000 pieces, to the point where I don't have room to display everything. To think that it's come from all that, and to know that that people have really liked what I've done to the point where they've imitated it, sometimes good. Well, mostly, they've basically taken the idea that I set out and made it their own. And, some people have parried me in some very funny ways, other people in not so funny ways. But, and to have reached the heights that I have is really quite something and quite humbling. And, and I've been on the mountain now for 3-4 years. But granted, if you look at my early videos with their 39,000 views, or my masterpiece Megatron, which I think will always be regarded as my one video that's out there, is my masterpiece Megatron review. If you look at the views that I've got now, I don't get the numbers that I do now, but I know that's not just me. I know that Transformers in itself seems to be dying a little bit, and people aren't as interested in it now that the 3 movies are out the way, and it doesn't have the rise that it had. I mean, I joined the YouTube community in pretty much exactly the right time, because of course the first movie came out not long after that. So interest in Transformers really shot up during that period, and now it's taking a little bit of a back seat now that the movies are all said and done, at least until we get the next movie that comes out, because we're bound to get a 4th, because, well, Hasbro aren't going to let that milling machine go, are they? One of the things that's been said to me over the years is, why don't I try to get as much out of it as I can in the form of, YouTube reviewers? I mean, when I first started up doing AdSense, which is why, my videos now have adverts on them, including apparently a Westlife album. Greatest Hits album is one of the adverts that pops up on mine. I don't know, I just say, yes, I want to do AdSense, and I didn't do it for money. I mean, I know some people have done it with great success with money. But I never set out to do it for money. I set out to do it because I wanted to. And, could I have done more to get myself more subscribers, to get myself more out there? Yes, I could have. It's probably a little bit too late now to do it because I'm so well established. But I never wanted it to be that. I never wanted to go to the heights that, say, the likes of Optibotimus has done now, because Optibotimus he started after me, and he's way ahead of me, and he's done really, really well for himself, and fair play to the guy. I mean, Paul's a top bloke, he full well deserves it. But I never wanted that. I got struck by lightning for where fame is concerned. I mean, to the best of my knowledge, I'm still the #1 reviewer in the UK. I know that Dave Kalel isn't that far behind me, and fair play to me. As I said, one of the things that I've always thought to myself that I don't want to do is I don't want to end up one of those glory hounds who hold on to past legends of themselves just to stay in the limelight. I mean, I'll never stop doing videos because, well, frankly, I like sitting in front of a camera far too much. I like knowing that people watch me. So I will never stop doing videos. I mean, will I continue to do Transformers reviews? Yes, because it's Transformers reviews that have, that have made me what I am now. They're one of those people that, I go to Auto Assembly and people know me. And it's great. People ask me for autographs, which I think is a bit bonkers of them, but there we go. People know me, and it's been really good to me. And I think that myself and other reviewers who came about at about the 2006, 2007, 2008 mark really came about at exactly the right time for the revival within Transformers that, as I said, now that the third movie's go down, it seems to be dying off a bit. And I know I'm not the only... In fact, it was brought to my attention by another reviewer altogether, that they're not getting the views that they used to. But, in the world of the internet, things come and things go. It's a very, very fast-paced environment and people do come and go. I mean, as I've said in a previous video, the people that I watched when I first started doing reviews, they're long gone. Long gone. And that was back in the day when Transformers reviews were all serious. And, you couldn't say anything bad or you couldn't say anything in a negative way. Well, I proved that you could. I came along and I said, well, I'm going to do it in a funny way. I'm going to do it in a light-hearted way, and it worked. And, who knows, maybe in another 5 years' time, my way of doing videos and other people's way of doing videos, where doing the character reviews and taking it in a bit more of a light-hearted manner while still being, informative as well as entertaining, maybe that will again take a back seat. Maybe again we will see the emergence of people who do Transformers reviews in a very, very serious way. Maybe it is, and if there are people out there who do that, then I say best of luck to them, and I really hope that you enjoy the success that I have had. Because I never did it to get famous. I never did it to get famous, I never did it to get rich, I never did it to make friends. I've never got rich off it, but I've made some really good friends. I remember meeting Kal-El Prime and Cobra Commander in Auto Assembly 2008, and then it was Silverbolt and Kal-El is what we called each other. Now it's Dave, Simon and Andy. It's what we've become. Because we become friends, and I've made some really good friends, and I'm really, really pleased that has come about for me. And it's down to YouTube. It's down, frankly, to you guys who have watched me and supported me and listened to me and sometimes put up with me for the last 5 years. And I realise I haven't actually done a thank you subscribers message in quite some time. I was going to do one when I hit the 4,000 mark, and I will still hit one when I hit the 4,000 Transformers reviewers, when I hit the 4,000 subscribers mark. But, so, you know what, at the end of the day, you guys keep me going. You keep all of us going. We have our love for our hobby, as weird and as misplaced some people might find it. For instance, I was sat in the pub last night and we would talk about Star Trek and Star Wars, and I had to correct somebody on the guy in TNG that had the visor wasn't called Data, he was called Geordi. And people looked at me strange for that one, for knowing that. But, oh well, each to their own. And there may even come a time when people find my style of video reviewing to be disrespectful. And then it'll just show that attitudes are changing. I mean, you know, the generation that grew up on the movies is growing up, and like many fandoms, people grow out of it. Not to say there's anything wrong with growing out of it, or that there's anything wrong with staying in it. But if you're, but what will next will we see? Where will we go from there? You know, I know that a lot of the older people, or some people, don't like Transformers Prime all that much. I don't mind it. I've tried getting into it. I failed miserably when they introduced Wheeljack slash Drift into it, but which was a really great episode. And then I know that the last 3 episodes of the series are supposed to be really good, but I just haven't been able to drag myself that much to watch it. Unfortunately, the appeal of it is that Peter Cullen is once again as Optimus Prime. Oh well. Okay. He voiced it in the 80s. Carry on. But, you know, I've really enjoyed my time on the mountain. And you know what? There may very well be somebody watching this who has started out, who is just starting out where I am. Where I was 5 years ago. As just this random guy in a sleeveless t-shirt and a ponytail. God, I can't believe I used to dress like that. Oh. All I can say is, thank God, I eventually got something resembling a fashion sense. Even if I have no hair straighteners on me. Oh my God. I think the first thing I do when I get back to England is I am going to hug my hair straighteners because it's driving me mad having these silly little curls. But anyway, you know, who may only be doing Transformers reviews in a certain new style with only 4 or 5 subscribers. But, you know, 2-3 years down the line, you know, that person could be, you know, the Transformers reviewer of the UK. He could be the next Silverbolt. You know, Silver Boy, or Silver Sprague, or Silver 2.0, or Silver Windows Vista version. Wait, would that mean that I'm XP or 2000? Oh, anyway, you know, but it's, you know, it's been really, really good to me. And the fact that I've been doing it for 5 years with 240 videos is just unbelievable. You know, never, when I put up that first, well, it wasn't my first video, my second video, which was the review of Computron, did I ever, and so many things that I said wrong, you know, I mean, I've never been 100% with my Transformers knowledge, but I do think one of the biggest glaring errors that I ever made was saying that Peter Cullen was the voice of Vector Sigma in the key to Vector Sigma in the 80s cartoon when the aerial bots and the Menosaurs guys, their name completely blanks me. It's something Cons anyway. I know it's got Con in the name somewhere. You know, saying that the voice of Vector Sigma was done by Peter Cullen, and I watched this earlier on, and I remember delivering that line, and I you know, with such certainty and such smugness. Yes, I know a voice actor. Aren't I great? And then all I think of it watching that is thinking, wah wah wah. But there we go. So, but you know what? You know, it's been good. You know, I never did it to get famous. I never did it to get rich. I'm lucky that I got famous. And I will admit, I love it. I love the fact that people come to me and go, wow, you're Silverbolt. I really enjoy watching your videos. And it's like, you know, it's great. It's fantastic fun. And I've made some really, really good friends out of it. But the fact that I've been going for 5 years is absolutely mad. You know, it makes me wonder, you know, in the next 5 years, am I going to be gone completely? I mean, I did try to set up another channel in regards where I basically just read the Harry Potter books as kind of like an audio book, and I think there's something like 2-3 videos on that channel, but there's not much on there at the moment. I might give that another try at some point. Well, I will give that another try at some point. Because I quite like that one, and the idea of doing another channel that is completely unrelated to Transformers, you know, can lightning strike twice. I believe the other channel's called The Bardic Tale, or The Bardic Lore, or something like that. If you like the idea of watching me read a book, go check it out. Shameless plug for myself. But yes, I can't really think of anything else to say now, because to be honest, I'm just pretty much just nattering to a video camera. So I'm going to sign off with a final message to all 3,981 subscribers, to however many subscribers I get in the future. Massive thank you. because as much as I say I do it for myself, if you guys didn't watch, there'd be no point. And here's hoping that, you know what, I'm still around for another 5 years and that people still like me. You know, maybe my channel will evolve into something else. Maybe, you know, it'll still have Transformers, but it'll have other things in there as well. How can I convince Philly to start letting me collect Star Wars toys? Yeah, there's no chance of that happening. Well, as most many people know, the one reason I don't collect Star Wars toys is because I have nowhere to put them. But yes, you know. So yes, to all of you, thank you so much, and I will see you soon.